Hey guys, Collin Chi, certified nutritional consultant, numerologer, bringing you another talk today. Today I just want to give you my 3 favorite quotes on creativity. These are incredible quotes that can really inspire you to be more creative and help you understand creativity. For me, creativity is very, very important to me. I often live simply to create and live for creativity. So you might even say that I consider creativity my God in some ways at times. And I always try to remain vigilant and remind myself that to worship that God, I must be creating. Because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel better than anything else on earth and in the world. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's simply an egotistical thing. Maybe it's the fact that you're playing God and you feel like God in the act of creating something new. And creativity is not just completely something new. It's often just rearranging and pulling together certain things that haven't been arranged in a certain way before. So, like I said, I just want to give you my 3 favorite quotes. So, they are awesome. So, here we go. Number 1, Emerson, of course. Man hopes, genius creates. Whatever talents may be, if the man create not, the pure efflux of the deity is not his. Cinders and smoke there may be, but not yet flame. So, if you're not creating that efflux and influx from that higher realm of the unconscious, where you're often creating from, is not coming into you. You're not accessible. You don't have access to that if you're not in a creative mode, if you're not seeking to create. For me, I have to fill my brain with a lot of information in order to be creative. That's my process. For other people, it might be taking a jog or reading a book or whatever. I actually find that I'm creative when I'm reading books too, because it actually quiets my mind. Because you're reading, it's quieting your mind from other thoughts, and that allows for your mind to explode with all these ideas. I often am also very creative in the early morning in that theta wave state, and theta waves in your brain are associated with creativity. When you first wake up, all these rushes of ideas. Anyway, you may not be feeling godly, like that efflux of the deity is not yours. If you're not in that creative mode, if you're not bringing creativity to your day and realizing that you are a creative being, and realizing that you are responsible for your day and responsible for your life and responsible to create yourself and create your day. Yes, you must know yourself and be yourself, but also create yourself. Besides that, number 2. This one is also Emerson. Who'da thunk? Ralph Waldo Emerson, to be exact. So here we go. The spirit only can teach. Not any profane man, not any sensual, not any liar, not any slave can teach. But only he can give who has. He only can create who is. This one brings to mind for me, you can only create from who you really are. So you can't just create great art if you're not a great person. You have to be equal to your art. Your art is going to be equal to who you are. You can't, so like I said, you can't just basically be the right person. You have to become the right person in order to create the right art that you want to create. You have to become disciplined. You have to become these certain principles. And patient. You have to become diligent, patient, determined. All these things. This is creating the right person in order for you to be able to create what you want. He only can create who is. You understand? So if you are not at a certain level, you can't create at that level. You have to become at that higher level. That's a linear conversation, but these are the metaphors we use. You have to become a certain person in order to create something certain at that level. So that one I think about a lot. Becoming whoever I want to become in order to create what I want to create. You can't just create out of thin air. So Next one, number 3. As long as there is not creation, we are centers of mischief and misery and destruction. That's Krishnamurti. Jiddu Krishnamurti, 1952 public talk. He is a very, very interesting guy. He's got a lot of answers, I think, for modern day society and psychological fixes for their problems. As long as there is not creation, we are centers of mischief and misery and destruction. We're going to create a lot of problems if we're not being creative. We're going to bring to us a lot of problems if we're not being creative. And instead we're going to be seeking entertainment or pleasure, or we're going to be seeking another person to give us our happiness. For me, creativity is the greatest happiness. It brings me more fulfillment and happiness than anything else on earth. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's just egotistical, maybe, like I said. Maybe it's just plain God. Maybe it's me being afraid of death. You want to live on. You want to leave your mark behind. You want to contribute. I tend to think that it's just the fact that I am a Virgo. I am a number 5 in numerology, and I have a lot of number 3s in numerology. These are all related to self-expression. So I have this great need for self-expression. Also, I see my father sometimes as dying of the lack of wanting to express himself. I take that burden upon myself, being he's also a Virgo, I'm a Virgo. Growing up, you see your parents' flaws, you want to be the opposite, right? So I seek to express myself in all ways at all times when I can, because it just makes me feel like I'm contributing something important to the world to leave behind, because number 5 is also concerned with the many. Virgo is concerned with service and the all. So I want to serve the all. I want to leave something for the whole planet, for all mankind. I'm not interested in just one-on-one small living. I want big, huge living that makes a very large impact. That's probably partly why I'm on YouTube here as well. But I seek to do it through art. I seek to do it through these videos. I seek to do it through teaching people nutrition. All these ways I seek to understand, be, and express truth to help myself and to inspire others to be their best self. This was my mission statement that I came up with when I was about 17 in high school. I was reading a lot of Gandhi and looking at his mission statements and thinking about mission statements. And for me, creativity and expression, that word expression in that mission statement of mine is really key for me. So Virgo, the messenger, he's the communicator, he's the expresser, okay? So this, I hope you get some interesting inspiration from these quotes. You can think of them in different ways if you want. This is just how I think of them. They mean different things to different people. But I'll repeat them again and then I'll end the video. Number 1, man hopes, genius creates. Whatever talents may be, if the man create not, the pure efflux of the deity is not his. Cinders and smoke there may be, but not yet flame. Number 2, the spirit only can teach. Not any profane man, not any sensual, not any liar, not any slave can teach, but only he can give who has. He only can create who is. Number 3, as long as there is not creation, we are centers of mischief and misery and destruction. So I hope you got something out of it. Three quotes on creativity. I think it's interesting that I chose 3 because, again, number 3 in numerology associated with creativity, art, self-expression, expression. Hope you got something out of it. Collin Chi, certified nutritional consultant, numerologist, as always. Keep it on the rise.